Hey, it's King Bullet, and in today's video I wanted to talk about this goofy ass looking kid, because he might be one of the most powerful, if not the most overpowered characters within the Narutoverse that we've ever seen. Daemon, and yes, that is how you pronounce his name. I unironically had to search that up, please don't believe me. So Daemon, like his older sister Ada, is a cyborg, meaning he's a human equipped with Shinobi-Ware by the genius scientist Amado. Shinobi-Ware is a mechanical or artificial ninja tool that's integrated into the human body, designed to be used for everyday and combat usage. The scientist Katasuke had his research stolen and his designs were expanded upon by Amado. Amado created Daemon in the hopes of bringing down Jigen, who is a vessel for Ishiki Otsutsuki. After learning that Daemon and his sister are among the cyborgs with the power to defeat him, Ishiki ordered their destruction because he was fearful of them. I don't know if it's Jigen who they can beat or Ishiki. They're obviously the same person, but Ishiki is his true and strongest form. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna lowball and interpret this as they can beat Jigen because Amado said they can specifically beat Jigen. Although it was said by V-Jump, who helped release official summaries for Boruto, and are written by the Boruto team, that Daemon and Ada are greater threats than Ishiki and Momoshiki, which is kind of insane. Hard to say why Ishiki feared them. Was it purely because of their raw power, or specifically because of their unique abilities? Well, I hope to shed some light on this and hopefully answer the question. So Boro, who was captivated by Ada's ability and fell in love with her, had secretly hid the siblings away at one of his hidden bases to protect them, but they were released by Code in the hopes that they would help him capture Amado from Konoha. Upon Daemon's introduction, we found out that he's a super energetic and mischievous kid. He can't be any older than 10 years old. He enjoys playing with others and he can quickly grow attached to certain people. So it's kind of weird that he has this incredible power despite his young age. It actually kind of annoys me and a lot of people that this kid is literally the strongest person alive. But it does also narratively make sense since we know the new generation are meant to be really powerful, or at least they have to be powerful in order to surpass the previous generation as stated by Kakashi. As Kishimoto once famously said in an interview, they don't really have a choice, they're forced to get stronger since the opponents now are stronger. This isn't Naruto and Sasuke's series anymore, it belongs to Boruto and a younger generation. At the same time, he's super protective over his sister, not letting anybody with non-genuine goals near her. He seems to be taking orders pretty obediently from his older sister Ada, willing to keep quiet about things that he would tell people otherwise. Daemon turned out to be pretty petty and short-tempered since he got angry at Bug when he tried to run away without even talking to him. So if I were you, I probably wouldn't try and piss this kid off. Once engaging in battle, he's super sadistic and remorseless too. He enjoys fighting and quickly gets excited. For example, when Code pulled him into a battle, he was super excited, but when he conceded, he was disappointed. I mean, I would love fighting too if I was as broken as him. And this moves us on to his godly abilities. Let's talk about that. As most members in Kara, like Daemon, have been modified with scientific ninja tools by Amado, as I said earlier, they gain unique abilities. While the true depths of his power are unknown, Amado has noted that his combat abilities do exceed Jigen's. He's shown to be rather fast and stealthy, able to instantly sneak out of his pod and catch Code off guard. He also has advanced taijutsu skills, being able to casually kick and break a grown man's neck with a single strike, and he did kick them right behind their neck, so he does know where their weaknesses lie. He seems to have at least some combat knowledge. According to Ada, Daemon's signature ability is to instantly, and even without intent or awareness, turn an opponent's attack against them. The name Daemon is in context in reference to a computer program called Daemon that runs continuously in the background and exists for the only purpose of handling periodic services by the request of a computer system that it expects to receive. This means that Code's ability is always switched on and passive. He could be asleep and this ability would still be switched on and function. You wouldn't be able to kill Daemon. Ada claims that the mental image of killing him is enough to trigger a reflection. The greater the killing intent, the more damage inflicted upon his opponent or the person attacking Daemon, whether it be a kick, punch, energy blast, or illusion. Ada considers Daemon the only non-Otsutsuki capable of killing her. But this could be because her abilities don't work on Otsutsuki, and in this specific case, blood relatives like Daemon. In the most recent chapter of Boruto, chapter 71, Code had recently had his limiters removed and his hairs turned white as if he's achieved Ultra Instinct. These limiters were put over Code in the first place because his raw power threatened the position of Jigen as the leader of Kara, meaning that Code probably physically exceeded him. Even before Code knew that Naruto and Sasuke had lost their powers and he had his limiters removed, he thought that he could beat them, but now with his limiters removed, he believes he had power beyond Jigen, which he could use to exact his revenge upon Naruto and Sasuke very easily. Just for reference, Jigen easily overpowered Naruto and Sasuke working together at full power, obviously excluding Parien mode. Jigen was capable of casually kicking through Sasuke's Susanoo and punching through Naruto's Kurama avatar. Kurama said if they played around with this guy that they'd probably die, so Jigen is no joke. Code loves the feeling that he can't be defeated by anybody, but as per usual, little does he know that Daemon's power exceeds Jigen's as well. Code goes on to take one of the most heaviest and dirty beatings that I've ever seen in the series of Boruto. This guy just can't catch it up. You gotta feel for him now. Like, how many power-ups is this guy gonna need before he wins his first fight? He's just a walking L magnet at this point. This is how I know that he won't be the main antagonist anytime soon. It's definitely Amado. You can tell he's got something up his sleeve. Now this chapter, chapter 71, also provided something very interesting. Just because Daemon is some super overpowered character who can also reflect any attack that you fire at him, does not make him invincible. Every Naruto watcher should know that every shinobi in ability has a weakness, including cyborgs. It's just how the show functions. It's why Katasuke strive for immortality even though it doesn't exist, according to the Boruto movie novelization. The series relies on the fact people try to achieve these really overpowered abilities. When Daemon tries to explain his ability to Code, far earlier on, Ada gets irritated and tells him to not reveal all of his cards, implying that he does have some sort of weakness that is staring us right in the face, maybe a very simple one. So, within chapter 71, during Code and Daemon's fight, he reveals that his weakness is that he has to make physical contact with somebody other than himself for his ability to function. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person that he's using the ability on, it can literally be anybody he's touching, other than himself. Now this kinda does make sense since usually when his abilities worked, he's been in contact with somebody, for example his sister. But to be absolutely fair, he has used his ability without any contact at all, which leads me to believe that this ability is active for a short while after making contact with somebody. You know, kind of like a short-term buff you get in the game. So now that we know this, countering him doesn't seem that impossible anymore. You just have to make sure that it's a 1v1 fight and that you can keep your distance from him. You could also kill anybody around him, since his ability can't actually protect people around him, only himself. So if you keep your distance and kill people around him, you limit his ability to use this. It seems to me that his ability goes hand in hand with Ada's Zenringan, which basically protects her by making the people surrounding her all fall in love with her and unable to harm her. So paired up with Damien's ability, if she's holding Damien, they're almost untouchable. So you just better hope that Daemon and Ada don't team up, and if they do, somehow they can be separated. So from my understanding, what you'd need to beat them is some sort of Katasuke or somebody related to them to completely neg Ada's abilities, and if you can do that, you can take Ada out. But you have to keep in mind that apparently her simple taijutsu is enough to take out Jigen. But let's say you're so powerful and somehow resistant to Ada's abilities so you can beat her, and then you can somehow isolate Daemon. If you can do that, and you just happen to be stronger and faster than him, you might actually be able to win. So not only is Daemon some 10-year-old who can automatically reflect damage with a single thought, making him almost invincible, he still does need to make physical contact with a person, or anybody for that matter, for him to get this invincibility buff. But once he's done it, it is pretty passive. Even if it's asleep, it works. I guess another way you can beat him is by blanking your mind, and fight without envisioning your attacks, and intent like you're using Ultra Instinct. So Coach should be physically stronger and faster than Jigen, probably Ishiki. And the fact that Daemon can easily beat him is really telling. I don't know if there's much barrier mode Naruto could do against Daemon either, considering that he could probably stall him out, as long as he's able to access all of his abilities. I think that's what the main issue is. If you can somehow get around his almost impossible to beat abilities, then you have to deal with his monstrous power. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If you disagree with anything I said, comment down below. Also, let me know what kind of videos you do want to see next, it would help me out. And I guess there's a good chance that you'll see a video that you want me to make. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, and peace out.